you say one way to find your true passion or your meaning in life and in your career is to optimize for interesting. Let's dive into that. Explain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're exactly right, Carmine. There's a lot of cultural pressure toward finding our passion. That, this is considered in Western society, especially American society, as being one of the highest callings you can have. You need to find your passion. You need to follow your passion. And certainly, I don't want to knock that. If you have a passion that you want to follow, then that's amazing. But what I have found as a kind of problematic use case is that for a lot of good people, good, smart people, they just may not know what their passion is. They may have lots of different things they're interested in. They may not have found the thing. And I think there's a lot of passion shaming in our culture. Like, oh, poor you. You don't know your passion. I guess you can't possibly do anything with your life until you find it. But of course, this is the worst possible way to ever come close to finding your passion or even getting things done, is to just sit there beating your head against a wall saying, why don't I know my passion? My strategy instead is what I call optimize for interesting. And the basic idea is, look, it doesn't have to be your soulmate of activities. Just go on some dates. Just find things that are interesting to you. Now, it's clear, of course, you will get bad outcomes if you are choosing a profession or an interest or whatever that is solely about money. You don't care about it. It's sort of soul deadening. That's not good for anybody over the long term. But it also doesn't have to be your meaning in life. If it is just something that's reasonably interesting to you, keep pursuing that. You'll learn more. You'll get data. And it either will become a passion or it can help lead you to one if you so desire.
That's a good point. I like optimize for interesting. It reminded me when I was reading your book of a period in my life when I was making a transition from full-time journalism to having my own practice and writing books, doing what I do now. And I explored things that I thought would be interesting. So in Silicon Valley, I took a job as in business development for a startup. That wasn't my calling, but I learned some valuable skills. Then I went into PR for a global public relations firm. Not my calling. So I'm figuring out what I don't want to do, but I'm learning valuable skills and, more importantly, meeting the people who would help me when I set up my own practice. But it's that following things that I think are interesting. They may not be your ultimate passion. They may not be your ultimate purpose in your career, but go down a more interesting path.